Have you ever wondered how your phone, your smart speaker, or your favorite chatbot can actually understand you? Well, today we're pulling back the curtain on the technology that makes it all happen. We're talking about natural language processing, the engine that powers our conversations with AI. Let's dive in. I mean, really think about it. You can ask your phone for directions, tell your speaker to play a specific song, or even have a really deep conversation with a chatbot. And somehow, they just get it. But how? How on earth does a machine make sense of all the slang, the sarcasm, and just the sheer complexity of human language? Well, the answer, the secret ingredient behind all this digital magic, is something called natural language processing, or you'll hear it called NLP for short. It's the reason our devices have finally started speaking our language, and honestly, it's changing pretty much everything. So, what exactly is NLP? At its heart, you can think of it as the ultimate translator. It's like a bridge that connects our human world of communication with the super logical world of computers. But let's get a little more specific. Okay, this is where it gets really cool. NLP isn't just one thing, it's a whole communication cycle. First, it helps a computer understand the actual words you're saying or typing. Then, it has to interpret what you really mean, the context, the intent behind it all. And finally, it generates language of its own to give you a response. It's a complete conversation, all powered by AI. So if you just strip away all the technical jargon, what are we really talking about here? Simple. It's the science of teaching computers to do what we all do naturally, to read, to write, and to talk.
That sounds great in theory, but how does it actually work in practice? How do your words go from your mouth or your keyboard into a coherent, useful response? It's actually a pretty logical process, and it all starts the moment you say something.
It all happens in 3 key stages. First up, input. Your sentence gets broken down into its core components, the words, the grammar, the structure, kind of like a mechanic taking an engine apart, piece by piece. Next, the process. This is where the magic happens. The system uses these incredible algorithms and tons of data to analyze all those pieces and figure out what you're really asking. And finally, you get the output. Based on its understanding, it builds a brand new response from scratch, trying its best to sound as natural and human as possible. The craziest part about NLP is that it's not some futuristic sci-fi tech. It's already woven into our daily lives, usually hiding in plain sight. In fact, I'd bet you've used it multiple times today and probably didn't even notice. You see it in AI chatbots, of course. That's the obvious one. But it's also there every single time you use Google Translate. It's working quietly in the background of your email, filtering out all that junk. And it's the absolute core of voice assistants like Siri and Alexa, turning your voice commands into action. It's not just everywhere, it's become totally essential. Now, all those examples are pretty impressive, right? But there's one that has really taken NLP to a completely different stratosphere, ChatGPT. So what makes it so different? What's its secret sauce? The key is a very specific, incredibly advanced type of NLP called a large language model, or LLM. And this isn't just some small update. We're talking about a massive leap forward in how AI works. So what gives an LLM its superpowers? Well, just imagine something that has basically read the entire internet. It's been trained on a mind-boggling amount of text, books, articles, websites, you name it. By crunching all that data, it doesn't just learn vocabulary, it learns the super complex patterns and relationships between words. This is how it can understand not just grammar and facts, but also subtle things like context, humor, and even tone. So, to bring it all back home, that's what NLP is. It's that critical bridge. It connects our messy, creative, and sometimes totally illogical human language to the rigid, logical world of computers. It's what makes a real conversation with AI actually possible. And that's really the bottom line, isn't it? NLP is the technology that finally allows machines to understand the language of humans. So the next time you're chatting with an AI, you'll know about the incredible journey your words are taking. But it does make you wonder, as we get better and better at teaching machines to speak our language, what are we going to learn about ourselves in the process?